NLWN-TV presents the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Now, join us as we get ready for baseball in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's non-league contest as the 14-8 Eau Claire Cavaliers take on the 13-5-1 Hudson River Rats. Yes, they do have a tie on their record. The Cavaliers are coming off a 4-1 loss to the Osseo Merchants on Wednesday, while the River Rats took on the New Richmond Millers yesterday. However, that game was played following the recording of this edition of In the Dugout, so we'll have to fill you in on that one during today's game. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the River Rats. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's outlook on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, even though today's game is a non-league game, with the playoffs just a couple of weeks away, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things stand. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Grandview Park in Hudson, Wisconsin. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action. We'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Hudson River Rats as the Cavaliers try to bounce back from their 4-1 loss to the Osseo Merchants on Wednesday. Now, the last time these two teams faced each other, the River Rats defeated the Cavaliers by the score of 12-2. Now, in that effort, the Cavaliers were able to manage only 3 hits, while Xavier Bemnister and Brayton Tillman scored the 2 Cavalier runs and were driven in by Cade Mueller. Now, in the Cavs game against Osseo on Wednesday, the Cavaliers stayed in the game throughout and finally went down in the 9th inning with the tying run at the plate. The Cavs scored their lone run in the top of the first when Caden Erickson advanced to third on a wild pitch, and then Osseo catcher Todd Winkus surprised everyone, especially third baseman Scott Hovell, when he fired the ball to third and the error went into left field, scoring Erickson.
And the pitch? That's back to the backstop. Erickson's going to end up on third. And the ball goes out into left field. Winkus threw it down to third, and Erickson's going to come in to score. I don't think anybody was expecting that ball to go down to third. And lo and behold, Hubble didn't know it was coming.
The Cavalier defensive play was strong as Carson Windishausen made a spectacular catch of a foul ball at the fence.
And the first pitch is popped foul. Windishausen over by the fence. He leaped, and he made a leaping catch against the fence. A leaping catch by Carson Windishausen, using that height to great advantage.
Then Sam Knickerbocker kept track of a pop foul behind the plate in the 6th inning.
Milner looking in the 1-1 pitch. High pop foul. It's back near the screen. Knickerbocker makes the catch.
On the mound, Andrew Milner delivered a solid performance, scattering 8 hits in 5 2/3 innings while being tagged with his 2nd loss of the season. The Hudson River Rats come into this weekend with a 13-5-1 overall record and are 10-4 in the St. Croix Valley League. Coming into this weekend, leading the way for Hudson is Owen Anderson, who's hitting .389, including 4 doubles and a home run. Right behind him is Owen Weege at .345 with 4 doubles and 2 triples. Teddy Donna at .333 Ben Lund at 321, and Eli Ramthan at 314 round out the River Rats hitting over 300. Jake Busson leads the Rats in home runs with 2, but the Cavaliers don't have to worry about him as he's currently playing with the Eau Claire Express in the Northwoods League. Now on the mound, the Hudson is being led by Logan Von Berge, who has a 5-0 record with an ERA of 1.23. One of those 5 wins was against the Cavaliers back on June 14th. Also effective on the mound have been James Schutt and Brody Von Berge, and Schutt has a record of 3-2 with a 3.28 ERA in 32 innings of work, while Von Berge has a 2-1 record with an ERA of 2.46 in 31 1/3 innings pitched. Now, so far this season, the Cavaliers are being led at the plate by Sam Knickerbocker, who's raised his average to 391 following his 3-for-3 performance against Osseo. Knickerbocker is 27 for 69, including 6 doubles and 12 RBI. He's followed by Brayton Tillman, who's hitting at 340 with 4 doubles and 13 runs scored and 11 RBI. Xavier Bemnister at 328 and Cade Mueller at 305 round out the Cavaliers hitting over 300. Bemnister and Caden Erickson lead the Cavaliers in runs scored with 18 each. Now on the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Eli Rathke, who has a 4-0 record, including 3 complete games and a whip of 1.44 with 34 strikeouts in 34 2/3 innings. Right behind him is Andrew Milner, who has a record of 6-2 with an ERA of 2.28 and has 71 strikeouts in 55 1/3 innings pitched. As a closer, Tyson Woodcock has pitched 15 1/3 innings without allowing any earned runs for a record of 1-0 with 4 saves and an ERA of 0.00. The Cavaliers have had complete game performances by Rathke and Milner with 3 each, along with Jackson Vance and Mason Yarrington with 1 each. Now coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to find out Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's thoughts on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
The Phoenix are rising. It's round 1 of the NLFL playoffs. The Phoenix are there, and so is NLWN-2. The first round playoff game will be on July 27th when the Phoenix will travel to Paul Gale Field in Winona, Minnesota to face the River City Rough Riders. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 2:30 p.m. Follow the Phoenix in playoff action on NLWN-2 on July 27th.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, today, the Cavaliers will have the opportunity to get back on the winning track when they face the Hudson River Rats. But before that, let's take a look back at Wednesday when the Cavaliers suffered a tough 4-1 loss to the Osseo Merchants in a game where the ball bounced their way more than it bounced your way. Your comments about that game?
That's the right way to put it. We had bad luck, they had good luck. That's just kind of how the game went.
And a 4-1 game, that's anybody's game.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of base running mistakes by us kind of hurt us in the middle of the game there. You know, our pitching was pretty good. You know, Milner gave up a couple there, and we didn't want him to go through the lineup a 4th time. That's kind of why we pulled him and went to Cooper. You know, Cooper looked good for a couple innings, and Tyson came in and does what he does for 1 inning. You know, it is what it is. But it's just one of those disappointing games because you knew you had a chance to win it, and then they just got lucky.
Couldn't cluster the hits, and balls found gloves instead of grass. And
yeah, I mean, every hard hit ball we hit was directly at a guy, and every soft ball they hit landed in between 3 people.
Lots of little Texas leaguers that they put people on base with that, and ends up as a 4-1 game, and that's kind of baseball.
Yeah.
So you shake it off and you move on, and today the Cavaliers get to take on another high-quality team in the Hudson River Rats. That's a team that defeated the Cavaliers back in June, 12-2. What can you tell us about the Rats?
They're really good. They're one of the best teams in the state. They're like a Rice Lake type of team. They're solid all around. Or sorry, River Falls. They're solid all around, pitching and everything like that. They got 3-4 guys that should be on that team that are playing in the Northwoods League right now. So that should just tell you how good they are and how deep they are. That they are still that good. They don't have those players, you know. But the last time we played them, we had a guy that was getting scouted by Michigan. I mean, what do you do? You know, he's throwing 93 miles an hour at you. It's tough to catch up to that with the kids that we got. So, and they're really good. They're one of the teams you're going to see in the WBA, and that's why we put them on our schedule for the regular season.
Well, with the CRBL playoffs coming up in just 18 days and the WBA playoffs only a week later, how important is it for the Cavaliers to get back on track with this game starting the path?
I wouldn't say it's super important. It's about the experience itself, to get those guys some knowledge of these teams that we will be facing in the WBA, considering we've already qualified for the WBA. You know, we're going to be there basically no matter what at this point. You know, it's just nice to see that kind of competition that you're going to see when you get to the next level outside of the CRBL. You know, we're sitting good in the CRBL right now where our record is for finishing in that top 4. You know, we got to find a way to get 3-4 more wins, and I think we can do that over the next 6 games. And we'll be sitting pretty good.
Now, these two teams, at least on paper, unfortunately the game isn't played on paper, it's played at the ballpark, but they seem to match up pretty well. The River Rats have 5 of their regular players hitting over 300. The Cavs have 4 players that are regular players hitting over 300. Both teams have winning percentages right around 700. How does that matchup look in your mind?
Good. I mean, it's the last game we played again. You can't take the score into what the game was like. I mean, yeah, they beat us up a little bit there, a 10-run rule type of thing, but. You know, in those types of games, we also have a philosophy of getting some guys that don't get normal playing time into the game so they can get some experience for when we need them to play in the WBA, because every team always loses guys from that first week to the second week.
Right.
Just because of the timing it is in August.
Kids have to go back to school.
And everything else. So it's nice to see those second-tier players that we have, our bench players, play more of a role in a game as opposed to our normal starters. So like I said, the experience is what we need from these types of games and the non-conference ones, especially this next few that we're going to have. I think we got 3-4 left on the schedule, something like that. So yeah, it's just good to have the kids get their feet wet against a really good team, so they're not shell-shocked when they see them.
So who's standing on the bump today?
Speaking of shell-shocked, Mason Yarrington's going to get to start.
Oh my
today.
goodness!
So,
he's the youngest guy on your team, and
you know, for being the youngest guy on our team, if you look at his stats and what he has done, he's pretty solid. He came to us late in the season. You know, after this high school thing got done, it was kind of one of these things where you know you were one of the catalysts of getting him on the team. He's got no fear. He's always got a smile on his face. He doesn't care what he does. He
just wants to help. Yeah,
happy to do whatever. I mean, he's pitched really well. He threw 10 innings in La Crescent, in an extra inning game. He threw.
And you'd have needed a crowbar to pry him out of that game.
He was not leaving that game. And that was the first time he really pitched with us. He pitched really well against Cadott, to keep us in that first game there when Costley didn't have it,
And he actually faced these River Rats for a couple of innings. He was your middle pitcher in that game.
He was the middle pitcher, yeah. We started Dalton against him, and Dalton threw really well until it came through that second, third time through the lineup. And so we figured we're going to give him a different look, And they only saw Mason for one time through the order. And they probably didn't get a good look at him to begin with because the kid's got lots of pitches.
Is that kind of what you're thinking about doing, though, is give a pitcher one time through the lineup and then bring somebody else in?
With a team like this, in a non-conference, non-WBA situation, we'll let them run probably 2 times through the order.
Okay.
If it comes into a situation where we're in the WBA and we're kind of short on pitching or short on a starter, that type of thing,
right,
it'll be an inning apiece just to keep them off balance. It's something that the South did in the All-Star game. They threw a new guy every inning. Look how that worked out for them.
Yep, 2-0 win. Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. These guys, if they see a pitcher 2-3 times, we saw it at Osseo with Milner. That's why we took him out against Freitag. I'm not letting him see him 4 times. He's already hit you 3 times. I'm not going to do a 4th time. So it's good to get a different look to these teams and give them reset themselves, so they got to get used to another pitcher, and it's a good strategy.
Well, Ryan, good luck on today's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers can get right back on the winning track and make that push for both the CRBL and WBA.
Yeah, I hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show, presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Hudson River Rats in a non-league game that could give the Cavaliers an opportunity to get back on the winning track in preparation for the upcoming playoffs in the Chippewa River Baseball League, which are less than 3 weeks away. On Wednesday, the CRBL got back into action following the All-Star break, with the Osseo Merchants defeating the Cavaliers 4-1, while the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks topped the Bloomer Woodticks 12-0. Meanwhile, the Eau Claire Rivermen bested the Augusta Athletics 8-5, and the Eau Claire Bears came out on top of the Beef River Bullfrogs 9-1. Now that leaves the CRBL standings coming into this weekend as follows. In the North Division, the Tilden Tigers at 11-3 have opened up a 4-game lead over the second-place Cadott Red Sox and the Jim Falls Lumberjacks, who are both at 8-8. Fourth place belongs to the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 6-7, 4.5 games out, while fifth place finds the Bloomer Woodticks at 1-13, 10 games off the pace. In the South Division, the Osseo Merchants at 14-2 hold a 1.5 game lead over the Eau Claire Bears at 12-3. The Eau Claire Cavaliers are sitting in third at 9-5, 4 games off the pace. The Eau Claire Rivermen are in fourth place at 6-9, while the Augusta Athletics are in fifth at 9.5 games back. And the Beef River Bullfrogs are taking the 6th spot at 2-12. Now tonight, in addition to the Cavaliers traveling to Hudson to take on the River Rats in a non-league game, the Bloomer Woodticks will host the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Tomorrow, the Eau Claire Bears will travel to Fairfax Park in Eau Claire to face the Eau Claire Rivermen. Then in doubleheader action, the Bloomer Woodticks will head to Spangberg Field in Strum to face the Beef River Bullfrogs, while the Osseo Merchants will host the Jim Falls Sturgeons for 2 games. Now coming up next, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Wednesday, July 17th, as the Cavaliers take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Spangberg Field in Strong, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, July 17th on NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, working with Xavier Bempnister. And Xavier, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, the levels of baseball you've played, and so on.
I grew up here in Eau Claire, played baseball all the way growing up, went to North High School, and just finished my last season over at Hamlin University in St. Paul.
And how'd that go for you?
Pretty good. It was a good 4 years.
Now, when you're not playing baseball, what are some of the things that keep you busy or occupied or you enjoy doing?
I opened the coffee shop quite a bit, so I like doing that, but golfing for sure is a big one.
Chase that little white ball around and And that doesn't mess up your swing as a batter?
It tweaks it a little bit, but you can get it back to normal.
Okay. Okay, Xavier, I've got a few rapid fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
What kind?
Peanut butter chocolate chip.
Ooh. Interesting combination.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Reese's Pieces in a cookie. Yeah, there we go. All right. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Burger.
What do you want on that burger?
Ketchup, pickles, and mustard.
Pretty basic burger, but there's nothing wrong with the classic.
Yep.
Your favorite major league team?
Brewers.
And if you could sit down with a baseball personality, be it a player or some other personality from any time in history, who would that be and why?
Ichiro. Just kind of learn his mindset on playing the outfield and what he did to keep runners in check.
Xavier, if you had a superpower, what do you think that might be and why?
Super speed, probably.
And if you had super speed, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. Yep. So what's Xavier's superhero name?
Probably just the X-Man. It's been given to me from elementary school and up from baseball coaches. So.
And for those of you that don't know this, Xavier is spelled with an X, so X-Man works really, really well. Okay, we're talking with Xavier Bemnister on Cavalier Profile. And Xavier, how about a shout out to the family and the people that come to the ballpark to watch you play?
Yeah, well, thank you to my dad, obviously the coach of the team. Mom's always there supporting the Cavaliers, grandma and grandpa, both sides. And aunt and uncles are pretty much at every game. So
every once in a while you even drag a brother along, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I really appreciate all the support from them.
So let us know, what number are you wearing and where can we find you out in the field?
Number 4 in center field, or maybe a little bit of third base here and there.
And occasionally you'll toe the rubber on the mound.
Toe the rubber.
Okay, we want to thank Xavier Bemnister for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more of In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers will have an opportunity to right the ship as they prepare to lock up a playoff spot when they take on the Hudson River Rats in a non-league game. Now, these two teams met earlier this season when the River Rats defeated the Cavaliers 12-2, and the Cavaliers would like to show that they're not the same team that played the River Rats on June 14th. Now, today's game is a good example of the high-quality competition the Cavaliers schedule to better prepare them for both the CRBL and WBA playoffs. So, we have some exciting Eau Claire Cavalier baseball coming your way. In just a moment, I'll be joining our broadcast crew at Grandview Park in Hudson as we prepare to bring you today's Cavalier game against the Hudson River Rats. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slaton's Technology Services can help when your computer decides to not cooperate. It can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air.
Fly ball out into center field. It's hit hard. It's hit long, and it's gone. A home run for Cole Hyman.
NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us while we follow the Cavaliers as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball out into right field. This one's tagged, and it's out of here. Into the fan deck, a 2-run home run by Gabe O'Brien.
And now, out to the ballpark for Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Grandview Park in Hudson, Wisconsin. A very humid and warm Hudson, Wisconsin. Drove through some thunderstorms coming here, some downpouring rain. Arrived at the ballpark, and I could have gone fishing at third base or at shortstop, and they did an outstanding job of getting this field even playable. I came here, and to be honest with you, I did not think we'd have baseball today, but here we are, and we are about to have the Cavaliers take on the Hudson River Rats. And we'll be back and give you the starting lineups of today's game right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Wednesday, July 17th, as the Cavaliers take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Spangbird Field in Strong, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, July 17th on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
The Phoenix are rising. It's round 1 of the NLFL playoffs. The Phoenix are there, and so is NLWN-2. The first round playoff game will be on July 27th when the Phoenix will travel to Paul Gale Field in Winona, Minnesota to face the River City Rough Riders. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 2:30 p.m. Follow the Phoenix in playoff action on NLWN-2 on July 27th.
And we're back here at Grandview Park in Hudson. Nice little ballpark. It's the home of the high school Hudson Raiders. Cavaliers just finished their ins and outs, so we're getting close to being time to start this game. So let's go through the starting lineups for today's game. For the visiting Cavaliers, leading off playing left field is Caden Erickson. Batting second and center field is Xavier Bemnister. Batting third and third base, Cade Mueller. Batting fourth and catching is Sam Knickerbocker. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Carson Windeshausen. Batting sixth in left field, Brayton Tillman. Batting seventh at second base, Jackson Vance. Batting eighth in right field, Tyson Woodcock. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, Ashton Kroll. And batting 10th and pitching, making his second start of the season, Mason Yarrington. Yarrington comes into the game with an 0-2 record and a 2.65 earned run average. Now for the Hudson River Rats, leading off is Peyton Lawrence. He's playing second base. Batting second and catching is Mitch Lewis. Batting third, playing shortstop, Landon Zulli. Batting fourth and third base, Owen Anderson. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Teddy Donna. Batting sixth and playing first base, Isaiah Grankorvitz. Batting seventh in left field, Jason Holler. Batting 8th in right field, Taylor Mattern. Batting 9th in center field is Steele Home. What a great nickname for a baseball player, to Steele Home. And batting 10th, I'm not sure if they're batting 10 in this game. Anyway, on the mound is Quinn Tretzven. Tretzven has a 1-1 record and a 1.13 earned run average. Cavaliers coming to this game a little bit short-handed. In fact, they're a lot of bit short-handed today. They only have 10 players here. So everybody is in the game. Everybody's going to see plenty of playing time. And if we need replacements and substitutions, it just means musical chairs out in the field. But the batting order will remain the same. Umpires are meeting with the managers at home plate, which means we are just about ready to get this one started. And while we're waiting for them to finish up the meeting, let's take another quick timeout here on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
And we're back here at Grandview Park. Rick Olson along with Cassie Nelson on the camera and Amanda Lemler on the computer. And we're getting ready to bring you the Cavs taking on the Hudson River Rats. River Rats just took the field. Not much of a crowd here yet, but there are some people filing in. I think the rains this morning might have scared some people off. And I think all the rains did was jack up the humidity a little bit because it is a sticky one. Which, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember my baseball lore correctly, the ball tends to not fly on high humidity days. Here at Grandview Park, I was looking down the baselines and around the outfield, but there are no indicators as to the sizes or the distances, I should say, in the outfield. And on the mound, Quinn Tretzven for the Hudson River Rats. Like I said, he has a 1-1 record with a 1.13 earned run average. He's appeared in 9 games. This will be his first start of the season. He has given up 18 hits, 9 runs, 3 of which were earned, walked 6, struck out 16. He has a whip of 1.29 in 18 2/3 innings pitched. By the way, the River Rats played last night, and we promised you in the pregame show that we would give you information about that game. They played the New Richmond Millers, and the River Rats defeated the Millers in what I understand was a no-hitter, 9-0. And Logan Von Berge picked up that win for the River Rats. Caden Erickson steps to the plate. And here's the first pitch. And he grounds it down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. Rolls out into left field. Erickson rounds first, looks at second, and decides to retreat back to the bag. One pitch, a runner on. That'll bring up Xavier Bemnister. By the way, Erickson was batting .279 prior to that at bat. Bemnister comes up batting .328. Tretzven looks over at first and delivers. Bemnister shows bunt, lays it down to the mound, throw over to first, and it was close, but they got Bemnister by half a step, moved Erickson over, so the sacrifice bunt is completed. That'll bring up Cade Mueller. Mueller batting .305. He's playing third base today. Tretzven at the belt. He looks at second. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike called at the letters. Another look over at second. And the pitch. That was high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cade Mueller. And the pitch. That's low and away. Ball 2. Mueller is 18 for 59 on the season with 5 doubles. And the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball foul down the right field line. It's going to fall into the puddle down there. Like I said, there was a lot of water here when I first arrived. That was about 10:30 this morning, and they've done a good job. But you can see where the water was. But the simple fact that this field is playable is amazing. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. Count holds at 2-2. Here's the pitch to Cade Mueller, and that got him. I think it got the shirt tail, but it got him. So 2 runners on now for the Cavs. And that's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker, the catcher, batting .391. He's leading the Cavaliers. He went 3 for 3 on Wednesday against the Osseo Merchants. That pitch is high and away for a ball. And the pitch. That's inside, ball 2. Knickerbocker waits. Here's the pitch. And it's low, ball 3. 1 out, 2 runners on, and a 3-0 count to Sam Knickerbocker. And the pitch. There's the get me over pitch, right thigh high. I believe we heard a little rumbling in the sky. I think that came from the sky. And the pitch. Chopper foul down the first baseline. The count is now full. Outfield playing Knickerbocker straight away. And the pitch. And a fly ball foul out of play on the left side. And the pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. Erickson rounds third, coming to the plate. And Knickerbocker delivers an RBI single to center field. That puts the Cavaliers on top. 1-0. It's going to bring up Carson Windeshausen. And the pitch is just caught the inside corner. No balls and a strike to Windeshausen. Two runners on still. And the pitch. That was low and inside. Counts even at 1-1. Mueller's at second, Knickerbocker at first. One out, one in. And the 1-1 pitch. It's outside, ball two. Tretzven looks over at second and now delivers pop foul back out of play. Carson. Runners each take their lead. And time is called. Now Windeshausen steps back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. We're in the top of the first inning. Cavs up on top, 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's high. Count is full. Tretzven delivers the payoff pitch. Foul back out of play. Count holds at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Tretzven delivers. Pop up, fly ball out into center field, heading back, and can he get there? No! Home couldn't get there, and rounding third, and coming to the plate is Mueller, and he's going to score. So a double by Windeshausen. Out to the base of the fence, out in center field. Puts the Cavaliers on top. 2-0. That's going to bring up Brayton Tillman. Tillman comes into the game batting .340. Runners at second and third now. Knickerbocker's at third. Windeshausen at second. That pitch is low. Gets away from the catcher. Here comes Knickerbocker in to score. So Knickerbocker scores on a wild pitch. Lewis couldn't pull it in. It was down in the dirt. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Now to Brayton Tillman. Windeshausen went over to third. And the pitch. Foul back into the screen. Tretzman delivers. It's high and away for a ball. Tried to get the curveball to come in, but it wasn't going to. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out. Cavaliers have plated 3 already. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. There's the wind and the pitch. That's low. And it gets away from Lewis, but not enough for Windishausen to do anything. The count is full with 1 out. Runner on third. Brayton Tillman steps in. Tretzman goes into his wind and delivers. Fly ball, foul territory, and it's out of play. Players have to be careful when they get over by the warning path. There's a lot of water still in that area. They could end up with a not very graceful slip and slide. But Cassie played on one of those when she was little. Yeah, she's nodding. Oh, she still does. And there's a called third strike to Brayton Tillman. 2 down. Cassie does it with her daughter, who is the age that they're meant for. But you might as well join in the fun, right, Cassie? Yeah, she's... There's no age limit, she says. 2 down, and the pitch is outside for a ball to Jackson Vance. Vance comes into the game batting .333. The 1-0 pitch. That's high, ball 2. There's a ground ball over to short, picked up by Zuli. Throw to first, and it's in time. So the Cavaliers in the top of the first inning get 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We played a half inning. It's the Cavaliers 3 and the River Rats coming to bat on NLWN-TV.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Back here at Grandview Park in Hudson, there have been a couple rumbles of thunder coming in this direction, but nothing looks like it's really threatening. Heavy overcast. 2 up in the bottom of the first inning for the Hudson River Rats. We have Peyton Lawrence, Mitch Lewis, and Landon Zuli. Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively, Knickerbocker is behind the plate. Knickerbocker behind the plate. Mueller is at third. Erickson at short. Jackson Vance is over at second. Carson Windenhausen is on first. Brayton Tillman, Xavier Bemnister, and Tyson Woodcock out in the outfield going from left to right. And on the mound, making his second start of the year, is Mason Yarrington. First pitch is fouled back into the screen. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Check swing, ball inside. This is the 5th game that Yarrington has appeared in as a pitcher. He's also done some courtesy running for the Cavs. There's a ground ball. Erickson tries to slide and field it at short, but it got past him. That's going to be an infield hit. So Peyton Lawrence on first with nobody out. Brings up Mitch Lewis, batting .271. That pitch just missed inside. Lawrence takes his lead. Ground ball out into left field. And now there are runners at first and second. Landon Zulli coming to the plate. Zulli batting .481. Shows bunt. It gets away from Knickerbocker, and Lawrence ends up over at third. Lewis did not advance. And now there's runners on the corners. I think that was probably by design. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitches outside for a ball. Looks like the River Rats want to run one of those runners on the corners plays. 2 balls, no strikes to Landon Zulli, and the pitch fouled off on the right side. Throw over to first. Lewis is back. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. In comes Bemnister coming hard. It's going to fall in front of him. Run's going to come in and score. So Zulli gets an RBI single, making the score 3-1 with the Cavs on top. It's going to bring up Owen Anderson, batting .389. And the pitch. That's low and inside. Fly ball foul. Woodcock giving it a run, but not able to get over there. Two balls and a strike to Owen Anderson. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Bemnister running, makes the catch. And there's one out. It's going to bring up Teddy Donna. He's a designated hitter. And the pitch. Strike called over the outside corner. Yarrington at the belt. And he delivers. Runner goes. Fly ball out into left field. Heading back. It's deep, and it's gone. So a 3-run home run by Teddy Donna. Puts the River Rats on top. 4-3. And Sam Knickerbocker having a little bit of a talk with Mason Yarrington. Ryan Bemnister did come out of the dugout, but it turns out he was just delivering a baseball to the umpire. Here's the pitch. That's down low. And the pitch. That's a strike right down the middle of Water Street. Or maybe I should say down the middle of Carmichael Road since we're in Hudson. Check swing outside for a ball. And they say he went. They appeal down to first, and the first base umpire says he went. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is outside. It's now 2-2. Oh, maybe that's get him right here. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That's low, and the count is full. And the payoff pitch. And just a little bit high. So Isaiah Grankorvitz draws the walk. That'll bring up Jason Holler. Holler batting 176. And the pitch. It's inside for a ball. Arrington delivers. And it's a high pop-up foul territory. And it's out of play. A ball and a strike to Jason Holler. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. 2-1. And now the pitch. That's low and inside. It's 3-1. Yarrington's struggling a little trying to find the plate. And then when he does, they hit it hard. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Full count now to Jason Holler. There's a fly ball out into right field. Woodcock not over there in time. It falls in. And that's going to bring up Taylor Mattern, but Ryan Bemnister wants to have a talk. And usually Ryan just goes out and just to settle the pitcher down a little bit. They're still having a talk out there. And Ryan heads back to the dugout. Here. And that pitch is low. Ball, no strikes. 2 runners on, 4 runs are in. Ground ball, foul down the third baseline. As my father used to say back when we would watch baseball games, he's not fooling anybody with these pitches. And there's a foul ball out of play on the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Thank you.
Taylor Mattern, batting .233. That one's low and inside, counts even at 2-2. And the pitch, ground ball, foul, third baseline. So the count holds at 2-2. And the pitch, that one's fouled back into the screen. Oh, nice. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out. And the pitch. Mattern sends one out into left field for a base hit. Throw comes in, and the runners only advance 1 base.
No, relax. Hey, go, get down. Teamwork, guys, let's go.
So the bases are loaded. 9th batter to step to the plate is Steele Home. He's batting .250.
All right, here we go.
The first pitch is a called strike. River Rats are only batting 9. There's a fly ball out into right field. Woodcock moving over. He makes the catch. And into score comes Grant Corvitz. So now there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order. Peyton Lawrence got on an infield single and scored a run his first time up. Well, he eventually came around and scored a run. And that's a strike called. Yarrington delivers. Pop up. Foul territory on the left side. And making the catch is Tillman. So, for the Hudson River Rats, they picked up 5 runs on 6 hits. There were no errors. And 2. I'll check that. Just 1 left. No, 2 were left on base. So we've played 1, and it's the River Rats 5 and the Cavaliers 3 on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Hi.
I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks.
Move.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Getting into the top of the second inning, Cavaliers trailing by 2, 5-3. Two up for the Cavaliers, Tyson Woodcock, Ashton Kroll, and Mason Yarrington. And the first pitch swung on and missed for strike one by Tyson Woodcock, who's batting 200 on the season. Used primarily as a pitcher, but he's playing right field today. Warming up down in the Cavalier bullpen is Jackson Vance. There's a pitch outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Tretzven throws over to Grattan Corvitz for the out. So one down. That brings up Ashton Kroll. He's batting 190. Tretzven delivers, and it's low in the dirt, bounced up and caught Kroll in the chin there. Soft bounce up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line shot right, almost into the glove of the shortstop, Zuli, and fell right out of his glove into left field. So that's going to be an error that Ashton Kroll gets on. That'll bring up Mason Yarrington. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike at the letters. Yarrington still looking for his first hit as a Cavalier. Throw over to first. Kroll is in fine. Yarrington has the most wiggly stance at the plate that I think I've ever seen.
Rick, that's how we run.
And there's a foul back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes to Mason Yarrington. 1 out and a runner on first. And the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So with 2 down, that's going to take us back to the top of the order. Caden Erickson. He singled to left on the first pitch of the ball game. One of those seeing eye singles right down the left field line. Throw over to first. Kroll is back in. One ball, no strikes, 2 down. And the pitch. Curveball stays high. Uno. And the pitch. That one got Erickson in the shoulder. You could tell Cassie's a mom. She jumped on that one. So 2 down with 2 on now. Kroll's at second, Erickson at first. Brings up Xavier Bemnister, who laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And the pitch. And the pitch gets away from Lewis, and over to third goes Kroll. Erickson at second. Base hit now by Bemnister would likely tie the game. Bemnister was hitting 328 coming into the game. He would still be at 328. Pitch is low. 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. Swung on a miss. It's 2-1. Tretzvan looks in, shakes off a sign, starts his motion and delivers. Strike called on the inside corner. Bemnister had that look on his face like, all right, I guess so if you say so. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. Second inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hard shot ball over to short, bobbled once, throw over to first, and they got him. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error, and 2 were left on base. We've played an inning and a half, and it's the River Rats 5, Cavaliers 3 on NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
So we're back here at Grandview Park, heading into the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the River Rats is Mitch Lewis, who singled to left his first time up. He'll be followed by Landon Zulli and Owen Anderson. Mason Yarrington back out on the mound. And the first pitch is high and tight for a ball. And there's a high pop up. Shallow right field. Jackson Vance back and makes a catch. That'll bring up Landon Zulli. He singled to center field. It was an RBI single his first time up. And then he eventually came around and scored. Pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch. Fly ball out in left field. Tillman moving over. Dives. Doesn't make the catch. So Zulli singles to left. That's going to bring up Owen Anderson. He flew out to center field his first time up. There's a ground ball over to short. Erickson has it, throw to second, and it's wide of the mark. Goes out into right field. Runners are each going to advance. Rounding third and holding there is Zuli. So Anderson gets on a fielder's choice as Zuli was safe at second on the error. In fact, went to third on an error by Erickson. That's going to bring up Teddy Donna. And Donna hit a 3-run home run his last time up. First pitch is a called strike. And the pitch. Pop up, infield. Jackson Vance makes the catch. Donna just got underneath that one and didn't get very good wood on it, and it just kind of floated out there to Jackson Vance. It's going to bring up Isaiah Grankorvitz. He drew a walk his first time up. With all the base runners in the first inning, that's the only walk given up by Yarrington. That was low for a ball. And the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Throw over to first in time. Nice play by Mueller, throwing it over to Windeshausen for the putout, and that'll do it for the River Rats in the second inning. No runs on one hit. There was one Cavalier error, and 2 were left on base. So we've played 2, and it's the River Rats 5, Cavaliers 3 on NLWN-TV.
The Phoenix are rising. It's round 1 of the NLFL playoffs. The Phoenix are there, and so is NLWN-2. The first round playoff game will be on July 27th when the Phoenix will travel to Paul Giel Field in Winona, Minnesota to face the River City Rough Riders. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 2:30 p.m. Follow the Phoenix in playoff action on NLWN-2 on July 27th.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Well, Cassie informs me that there's rain on its way. She sees it out to the... And Ryan Bemnister heard me say that and said, there's no rain coming. It ain't gonna rain no more, no more. How in the heck can I wash my neck if it ain't gonna rain no more? Heading into the top of the third inning, Cavs trailing by 2. Due up for the Cavaliers, Cade Mueller, Sam Nickenbacker, and Caden Windeshausen. Or Carson Windeshausen. I'll get his name right. So stepping up to the plate is Cade Mueller. He was hit by the pitch his first time up. And that pitch is low and inside. And there's a pop-up out into right field, moving over his Mattern, and he makes the catch. That's definitely thunder right over the top of us. Brings up Sam Knickerbocker. He singled his last time up. There's a ground ball over to second. Picked up there. Throw over to first, and it's in time. Lawrence over to Grand Corbett's. So up steps Carson Windeshausen. Windeshausen doubled to the base of the fence in center field his first time up. Drove in a run. Swing and a miss, strike one. One of the things I like about it when Cassie comes to work games here, she always brings food. She's got these sugar snap peas here. And the food she brings is healthy. Not to be confused with the stuff that Dan brings sometimes. Here's the pitch. And that one got Windeshausen, and he winced with some pain on that one. It got him down around the ankle. So with two down, there's a runner on first. Brayton Tillman. He went down looking his last time up. First pitch was a ball. And that pitch was outside. And that pitch is low. So it's ball three. And the pitch. It's outside, ball four. Nope, called strike. There's ball four. So Brayton Tillman draws the walk. Runners at first and second. And the first pitch is a called strike to Jackson Vance. Vance grounded to short his last time up. And that pitch is outside corner. And the pitch fouled away. By the way, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the River Rats. It's Andrew Traeger. See what he can grill up for the Caps. And the pitch fouled away off the right side. And the pitch high and inside.
Yeah, they got some. Thank you.
And Cassie says it's raining outside right now. We're inside a nice press box. Here's the pitch. That one broke away from the plate. Two down. Jackson Vance at the plate with two runners on. And the pitch. That's high. Count is full. Traveling time now. Windeshausen at second. And Tillman at first. Traeger looking in. And he delivers. Runners go, and it's fouled away. And the pitch. Ground ball down the third baseline, picked up there, throw over to first, and they got it in time. So that'll do it for the Cavs in the third inning. They pick up no runs, no hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we played 2.5, and it's the Hudson River Rats 5 and the Cavaliers 3 on NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Back here in Hudson, and leading off for the River Rats is Jason Holler. Then he'll be followed by Taylor Mattern and Steele Holm. Holler singled to right his first time up. And there's a fly ball foul down the right side. And pitch. It's outside for a ball. By the way, we have the numbers now for Quinn Tretzven. He went 2 innings, gave up 3 runs. All 3 were earned on 3 hits and struck out 2. Fly ball, right field, moving back is Woodcock. It's at the base of the fence. Throw into second, and standing up is Jason Holler. Nobody out with Taylor Mattern at first, or at the plate. Holler out at second. Mattern singled last time up, and this pitch is high and inside. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. And here's the pitch. High pop up. Foul territory, and it's going to be out of play. Ball and 2 strikes now. It's Taylor Mattern. And the pitch. That's low. And the pitch. Foul back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Taylor Mattern. Nobody out. Jason Holler on second. 2-2 pitch. And again fouled away. Mattern is battling with Yarrington. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another foul out of play. And the pitch. Ground ball over to short, picked up by Erickson. Throw to first in time. Now I can hear the rain outside. And I can hear the thunder outside. So 1 out, runner on second. Steele home at the plate. He had a sacrifice fly to right field his last time up. He had another one to right field. This one's pretty deep, way back. And Woodcock can't make the catch. Rounding third, coming in to score. As Steele home gets a double to right. That'll make it 6-3. River Rats on top. Takes us back to the top of the order. Peyton Lawrence has an infield single and then fouled out to left field. And there's a fly ball foul. You're like 70. And Ryan Bemnister delivers a whole mess of balls back to the umpire after that last at bat. No balls and a strike. The pitch is fouled back into the screen. The 0-2 pitch. Looper out into right field, falls in. And a run comes in to score from second. So in to score is home. That'll make it 7-3. And Ryan Bemnister heading out to the mound. Let's see if he makes a change yet. Nope, Yarrington's going to stay in. He does have some options out there. I know one that he would like to use is Jackson Vance would come in and pitch, and he and Yarrington could just switch spots because Yarrington's played a lot of infield as well. Here's the pitch. That just missed high. I think Yarrington wanted that one. A ball and no strikes. That one was inside. The pitch was low. 3-0 is the count now. And ball 4. Mitch Lewis draws the walk. So runners at first and second. 2 runs in. Landon Zulli comes to the plate. That one's fouled back into the screen. Zulli's 2 for 2. Single to second, single to center, and also out to left. Pitcher's caught the outside corner. Now it's coming down pretty good out there. And the pitch. Strike called. And Landon Zulli goes down looking. That's going to bring up Owen Anderson. He's 0 for 2. And there's a called strike. Maybe Arlington just needed a little rain to fall because it's coming down pretty hard right now. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. And it gets past Tillman. 1 run comes in. 2 runs come in. And I think we're going to mark that down as a hit and an error. Okay, and they have sent us to a rain delay. And we're going to take a little bit of time here with 2 outs. And the score, the Hudson River Rats 9, Cavaliers 3. And we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And we'll be back as soon as we're ready to get baseball resumed on NLWN-TV.
The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible. The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible.
Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible.
The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible.
The Cavaliers are in a weather delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Cavalier action just as soon as possible.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
And we're back here at Hudson at Grandview Park, and it has stopped raining. They've worked on the field. All the standing water is pretty much eliminated out on the field. The umpires are taking a quick look around. Cavaliers take the field, and we're about ready to resume. The bottom of the third inning, Cavaliers made a pitching change during the rain delay. And that pitching change is going to have Jackson Vance moving to the mound with Mason Yarrington going out to play second base.
Thank you.
So we're in the bottom of the third inning. There are 2 outs, and the Hudson River Rats have Owen Anderson out on second. They picked up 4 runs here in the bottom of the third inning. And so it is now 9-3 River Rats leading the Cavaliers. By the way, the numbers on Mason Yarrington, he went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 9 runs. 7 were earned runs, 11 hits, struck out 1 and walked 2. And I'm looking here real quickly. But stepping to the plate for the Hudson River Rats is Teddy Donna. Donna hit a 3-run home run his first time up and then popped out to second base. And the first pitch by Jackson Vance is outside for a ball. Vance is pretty well known for his sidearm delivery this year. That pitch is also outside for a ball. But it does take him a batter or two to get zoned in on it. Vance looks at second and delivers. There's a foul ball off the right side.
Go get it, Tiger.
Two balls and a strike to Teddy Donna. And the pitch. High pop, foul. Windeshausen giving chase, and he can't get there. Talking to Ashton Kroll and Tyson Woodcock during the rain delay a little bit, and Woodcock says the outfield before the rain was wet and you'd squish under your feet, which answers why they were having a hard time getting to some fly balls. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Teddy Donna. Strike 3 called. Donna goes down looking, and that's it for the third inning for the River Rats, but they pick up 4 runs on 3 hits 4 runs on 4 hits. There was a Cavalier error, and there was 1 left on base. So we've played 3 innings, and it's the River Rats 9 and the Cavaliers 3 on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Wednesday, July 17th, as the Cavaliers take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Spangbird Field in Strong, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, July 17th on NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
And we're back here at Grandview Park in Hudson. Now on the mound is Landon Zuley for the River Rats. And I'm busily trying to find any information I have on him. He's pitched 4 innings. He was in 1 game, he gave up 2 hits, 1 run, which, check that, 1 run, which was earned, walked 3, struck out 2. And the first pitch is high and away to Tyson Woodcock. Woodcock will be followed by Ashton Kroll and Mason Yarrington. That pitch is outside. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Ranging under it is home, and he makes the catch. That's going to bring up Ashton Kroll. Kroll was on an error his first time up. And the pitch. That's down low. Zuley delivers. And it's a called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Ashton Kroll. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. And pitch, that's down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And strike 3 called. So Ashton Kroll goes down looking. That'll bring up Mason Yarrington, who struck out looking his first time up. And the first pitch is a called strike. Barrington still looking for his first hit as a Cavalier. Check swing, strike called. No balls and 2 strikes. And he checked his swing, and it's a strike 3. Home plate umpire says he went all the way. So, for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 3.5, and it's the Hudson River Rats 9 and the Cavaliers 3 on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Wednesday, July 17th, as the Cavaliers take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Spangbird Field in Strong, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, July 17th on NLWN-TV.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Grandview Park in Hudson, lots of ball fields here. Most of them are softball fields or little league fields. And then there's this very nice baseball field here, which apparently takes water quite well. Of course, they did go out with a lot of diamond dust to make the field playable. Due up for the River Rats in the bottom of the 4th inning is Isaiah Grankorvitz, Jason Holler, and Taylor Mattern. There's a shot out into right field picked up by Woodcock. And on safely is Isaiah Grankorvitz. So with 1 down, up steps Jason Holler. Holler's 2 for 2. He singled and doubled. Both times to right field. And that's a call on the inside corner. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jackson Vance with that sidearm working is very disconcerting for some hitters. That pitch stayed outside for a ball. Vance delivers. There's a pop foul giving chase, and it falls harmlessly. Kroll and Mueller were out there, and it kind of split the difference between them. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Inside. Counts even at 2-2. Vance looks in and delivers. Ground ball over to the right side, out into right field. And Jason Holler with a single to right. He's got a 3-hit day. It's going to bring up Taylor Mattern. He's 1 for 2. Single to left and grounded to short. There's a strike on the inside corner. This is where it gets disconcerting for right-handed hitters because with a side armor like Vance, it looks like that ball's being released behind their back. Swinging and a miss for strike two. And then when it comes over that inside corner, they're very frustrated. No balls, 2 strikes to Taylor Mattern. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 down. That's going to bring up Steele home. We were talking during the rain delay. That is the perfect name to give your kid if you want him to be a baseball player. Ground ball over to short and through into left field. Picked up out there by Kroll. And everybody's safe. Takes us back to the top of the order. Peyton Lawrence. He's 2 for 3. Infield hit, then single to right. And then he's also fouled out to left. That pitch missed inside. And Vance missed a little bit low with that one. And the pitch. That's inside, ball 3. Nowhere to put him. Here's the pitch. And that missed inside, so it's going to be an RBI walk to Peyton Lawrence. In to score is Grant Corvitz. That makes it 10-3. And at the plate is Mitch Lewis. Lewis is 1 for 2. Single, pop to second. That pitch is inside for a ball. And he's also drawn a walk. Cavs are playing their corners up. There's a strike on the inside corner. Windeshausen up on the edge of the grass. Mueller playing just up from even with the bag. That pitch missed outside. Middle of the infield playing back. Outfield shading Lewis to the left. Strike called on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's low. Count is full with nowhere to put him. Vance delivers and swung on and fouled away. I do think that Lewis swung at ball 4. There's the payoff pitch. That one's outside. And another RBI walk.
Hey, come on, let's go.
In to score is Jason Holler. So we still have the bases loaded. Home is at third. There's an Abbott and Costello routine in that somewhere. Peyton Lawrence is at second. Mitch Lewis at first. That pitch missed outside. Landon Zulli at the plate. He grounds that one down the third baseline, picked up, and they don't have a play. That one died in the grass, and Cade Mueller came in to field it, and there just absolutely was no play. It's going to be an infield hit. And he picks up an RBI as Steele Home came in to home. He didn't steal it, but he came in. Foul ball down the third baseline. Base is still loaded. Peyton Lawrence fielded that ground ball in foul territory, tossed it back out to Jackson Vance. No balls and a strike. Pitch is outside. Vance at the belt. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. And the 2-1 pitch gets past Knickerbocker, and into score comes Peyton Lawrence. That went right through the 5-hole on Knickerbocker. It's going to be a pass ball. Runners at second and third now.
Come on back.
Here's the pitch by Vance. Strike called.
Come on, 5, let's go, bud.
Full count. And it's fouled away. So the count remains 3-2. To Owen Anderson. He's 1 for 3. And the pitch. Line shot right back up the middle. 1 run is in. Here comes another run. And that one stung his hand. Anderson's out there in pain at first base. And Ryan Bemnister heading out to the mound to talk to Vance. But it goes in the book as a single to center field with 2 RBI. That ball must have hit the bat just the wrong way, and because Anderson is grabbing his hand. Bemnister said everything he needed to say out at the mound. One out. 5 runs are in the 4th inning for the Hudson River Rats. Brings up Teddy Donna. He's 1 for 3, but it was a big one over the left field fence. Pitch is outside for a ball. And there's a fly ball out towards center field. Tillman moving over. He's not going to get there. Picked up by Woodcock, and 1 run is in. And Teddy Donna checks in at second. Check that. No runs came in. He's ended up on third. Isaiah Grant Corvitz is at the plate. And the pitch. High pop up out into right field, and it falls in. Now the run comes in to score. Donna heads over to third, and Grant Corvitz is on with a base hit to right. So Grant Corvitz gets the RBI. Seven runs this inning. Sixteen to 3. River Rats on top. And the pitch catches the outside corner. Jason Holler. He's 3 for 3. Singled, doubled, and singled. That pitch is outside.
Go 5.
That's pockets. That's what I know. I have 16.
Here's the pitch by Vance. Missed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And there's a called strike on the outside corner.
So it would be 12. Rain, call for rain.
And the pitch. Ground ball. Just past the glove of Vance and past the diving Bemnister. And in to score comes Teddy Donna. As Jason Holler singles out to center field. One of those seeing eye singles. Just missed by Vance's glove. Just missed by Bemnister's glove. And it rolled harmlessly out to center field. And that one right smack right between the 1 and the 7 in the back of Taylor Mattern. So that loads the bases with 1 out. And up to the plate comes Steele Home. He's 2 for 2. He doubled, singled, also hit a sacrifice fly. So we have Grant Corvitz at third, Jason Holler at second, Taylor Mattern at first. And that pitch just missed outside. And the pitch, that's outside. This is very frustrating for fielders when pitcher's having a hard time finding the strike zone. There's a strike called at the letters, high and outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one missed outside. And the 3-1 pitch missed outside. That walked in another run. So Isaiah Grant Corvitz comes in to score. And that puts Holler at third, Mattern at second, Home is at first, back to the top of the order as Ryan Bemnister heads to the mound, which means we're going to have a pitching change. Which means Jackson Vance will have gone 2/3 of an inning. It looks like Brayton Tillman is coming in. No, Ryan Bedminster told him, turn around, head back out. Tyson Woodcock is going to come in and pitch. And we'll get that all figured out right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
The Phoenix are rising. It's round one of the NLFL playoffs. The Phoenix are there, and so is NLWN-2. The first round playoff game will be on July 27th when the Phoenix will travel to Paul Gale Field in Winona, Minnesota to face the River City Rough Riders. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 2:30 p.m. Follow the Phoenix in playoff action on NLWN-2 on July 27th.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks?
Move.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
New pitcher for the Cavaliers, Tyson Woodcock. And Jackson Vance went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 9 runs. They are all earned on 8 hits, struck out 1, walked 3. First pitch is a called strike to Peyton Lawrence. And chopper foul. Vance is also responsible for all 3 runners on base. And the pitch. There's a ground ball over to Erickson. Flip to second for 1. No play for a double play. So Lawrence gets on a fielder's choice. And Steele Home is out 6-4 for the second out of the inning. In to score is Jason Holler. Lawrence also gets credit for an RBI on that. So now there's runners on the corners. And Mitch Lewis is at the plate. First one is fouled away. Taylor Mattern at third. Peyton Lawrence at first. Hard shot out into left field. Mattern comes in to score. And Lewis is on first with an RBI. Two down. Lawrence at second, Mitch Lewis at first. 11 runs in this inning. And that pitch is high and inside. Tyson Woodcock on the mound. There's a pitch. That's a ball. By the way, that run that came in was charged to Jackson Vance. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes with 2 down. And the pitch. There's a strike. And that's ball 4. That loads the bases again. So Vance's numbers, he ends up getting charged with 11 runs, all of which were earned. That pitch missed low and away. Bases are loaded. Tyson Woodcock on the mound. Strike called on the outside corner. Here's the wind in the pitch. Ground ball back out to the mound. Throw over to first, and there's the 3rd out of the inning. So, for the River Rats, they pick up 11 runs on a whole mess of hits. I've got it here. On 9 hits, there were no Cavalier errors, and the bases were left loaded. So we've played 4 innings, and it's the River Rats 20 and the Cavaliers 3 on NLWN-TV.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
So we're going to head into the top of the 5th inning. Cavaliers have quite a hole to try to dig out of. Manager Ryan Bemnister called them to a group huddle over on the side. And leading things off for the Cavaliers in the top of the 5th inning is Caden Erickson. Erickson singled his first time up and then was hit by the pitch. And that pitch missed inside. There's the pitch. That's high. And the pitch. Inside for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes to Caden Erickson. And the pitch from Landon Zuli is a called strike on the outside corner. And time is called. I was having a talk at a baseball game that I was watching the other day with a young man who was seated behind me about the concept of not swinging on a 3-0 pitch. And I made the comment that it seems to me that it's not the 3-0 pitch that draws the walk. It's the next one. The 3-0 pitch, the batter's not swinging, so the pitcher's going to put it right down the middle of the plate. But on the 3-1 pitch, then he's back to the normal routine. And just like that, Caden Erickson gets hit by the pitch. So Erickson's on first. It's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. That's the 8th time this season that Erickson's been hit by the pitch. 2 of those are today. Bemnister steps up. He's grounded to short his last time up. Laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time. There's the pitch. It's outside. It goes back to the backstop, and Erickson's down to second. So 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch swung on a miss. The count's at 2-1. Zuli looking in for the sign. And the 2-1 pitch. That's outside. Counts even at 2-2. Check that. It's 3-1. Humidity's getting to me. Brain fog. And the pitch. That's a called strike. So now it's a full count. Cade Mueller on deck. And inside for ball 4. Bemnister draws the walk. 2 runners on for the Cavs. That's going to bring up Cade Mueller. And we're getting a trip to the mound by the River Rat manager. And let's see if he's going to be making any kind of a change here. And it looks like it. And so heading toward the dugout, I think they made a defensive substitution that we didn't catch. But that's okay, because that player just headed to the dugout. And Zuli is heading out, so we're going to have a new pitcher. Tell you what, we're going to get it all figured out after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Wednesday, July 17th, as the Cavaliers take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Spangbird Field in Strong, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, July 17th on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks.
Move.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey.
All right, now on the mound is Blake Anderson for the River Rats. And the pitch is outside for a ball. And there was some musical jerseys going on, which made it very confusing for us. Second pitch was high for a ball. And now the pitch. That's ball three.
Yeah,
3 balls and no strikes. To Cade Mueller.
That's what he says.
And the pitch. That's low and away, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk loads the bases. That'll bring up Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker is 1 for 2. He singled his first time up, drove in a run, and then grounded to second. And the pitch, it's inside for a ball. That's ball 5. And the pitch, ground ball over to third. Throw over to first is in time. but it drives in a run. Knickerbocker is out third to first. And the Cavaliers do pick up a run as Caden Erickson comes in to score. And up steps Carson Windeshausen.
On the other there's
First pitch is a ball. Windeshausen doubled his first time up. Swing and a miss for a strike. It gets past the catcher. In comes Bemnister to score. Scores on the pass ball. That makes it 20-5. Runner on third is Cade Mueller. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Anderson looks in and delivers. Outside. 3-1 is the count. And the pitch. That's outside for ball 4. Ball got away from Lewis, but he chases it down before Mueller could come in and score. Still nobody out. Runners on the corners. 2 runs in for the Cavs. Brings up Brayton Tillman.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fine. He's just
That pitch is outside for a strike. Outside corner.
so I saw they do always the youngest
Got a ground ball over to first. Picked up there by Owen Anderson, who steps on the bag for the out, but the runners all advance as Mueller comes in to score. So Tillman grounds out to first base unassisted. Mueller scores and Windeshausen goes to third. And the first pitch is a called strike to Jackson Vance. And pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blake Anderson on the mound. We're in the top of the 5th. So believe it or not, he is the pitcher of record. And the pitch. Ground ball down the third baseline. Fielded rather deftly that time by Ryan Bemnister. Tossed it to Windeshausen, who got it back to Anderson. One ball, 2 strikes for Tillman, and that pitch is behind Tillman. A look in and the pitch. Fouled away off the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 1 runner on. 3 runs in for the Cavs. And the pitch. Hard shot, ground ball over to short, throw over to first, and it's in time. So the Cavaliers go down in the top of the 5th, but they pick up 3 runs on no hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we played 4.5, and it's the Hudson River Rats 20 and the Cavaliers 6 on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My. Oh.
So we're back here in Hudson, and the Cavaliers have a new pitcher on the mound. This is pitcher number 4 for the Cavaliers today, Brayton Tillman. And I do believe he has a pitching appearance. No, this is his first pitching appearance.
Don't give up another inning.
And Tyson Woodcock went out to center field.
Simple math. We did it against Augusta. I'll be home before game. It's a nice drive.
So stepping up to the plate is pinch hitter for the River Rats, and he pops it straight up in the air. Tillman's under it, and he makes the catch. That was Kyler Hobe. That's going to bring up Blake Anderson.
I just see the window. Workers, we don't have to fire. One blast.
And there's a chopper over to third. Throw to first. They got him. So Anderson goes down third to first. Due up is Jason Holler, and he is actually going to appear at the plate.
Good work, Joe.
And the first pitch is a called strike. The Holler. And there's a swing and a miss for a strike. That pitch is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jason Holler. Line shot. Just past the glove of Bemnister. Out into right field. So Jason Holler he has a 5-hit day. He's 5 for 5. 4 singles and a double. Taylor Mattern steps to the plate. He was hit by the pitch his last time up. Curveball missed. Brayton Tillman on the mound. And the pitch. Ground ball. Foul down the third baseline. Tillman delivers. Speed of Tillman's pitches reminds me almost of the old-fashioned Ephus pitch. And that pitch just missed, and I'm not sure where it missed.
I'm just kidding.
And the pitch. And a strike called on the inside corner. Throw over to first. And it's back in time. Holler is over there. Taylor Mattern at the plate. Full count. And the pitch is outside, ball 4. That's going to bring up Steele home. Home is 2 for 2. Sacrifice fly also, and also drew a walk. And the pitch. Inside for a ball.
Come on, Till, I need you here, bud. Let's go.
2 balls, no strikes. And it's outside for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes.
Come on, buddy, I need you right now. Just throw it down the gut.
And there's a strike called at the knees.
Play, let's go. Get out of here.
Home wasn't exactly sure on that one. And the pitch is outside for ball 4.
Come on, buddy, I need you here, please.
Back to the top of the order. Peyton Lawrence.
Hey, just you and Sammy, bud. Just you and Sammy. Here we go. Come on, kid.
First pitch is a ball. There's a strike on the inside corner. There's a foul back on the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Woodcock circling under it. He makes the catch. So we're out of the 5th inning. And there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 were left on base. So we have played 5 innings, and it's the Riverettes 20, Cavaliers 6 on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. and you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Pitcher out there for the Hudson River Rats is Taylor Mattern. Owen Anderson is back at third. And a high pop-up being chased down in foul territory. And Blake Anderson can't get there in time. Tyson Woodcock is leading off for the Cavaliers in the top of the 6th inning. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. And there's a called strike at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyson Woodcock. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Woodcock's 0 for 3 on the day. Brings up Ashton Kroll. He's 0 for 2, got on an error, and then struck out. Here's a ground ball foul down the third baseline. Mattern winds and delivers. And fouled away off the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. That one's in the dirt. It's 1 and 2. Now the sun is coming out. Things get a little warmer here in Hudson. Humidity climbs. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Steamy, sticky day. Cassie keeps checking the sky for us. That pitch is low. We're at ball 3. The count's full now. To Ashton Kroll. Swing and a miss. He strikes out. That'll bring up Mason Yarrington. A victim of strikeouts both times up. In fact, I think that's been Yarrington's story all season. That's what he has done. Struck out. That pitch is at the knees for a strike. And the pitch is a little bit low that time. One ball, 1 strike. Strike called on the outside corner. Yarrington had a notion, but it was a strike anyway. Yes, Yarrington has. There's a pop foul out of play. Count holds at 1 and 2. Yarrington had 6 at-bats coming into the game, and he had 6 strikeouts coming into the game. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Over to short, throw to first. Yarrington is out at first. He almost beat that out. So the Cavaliers go down With no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base, we've played 5.5, and it's the Hudson Riverettes 20, Cavaliers 6 on NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options?
Mitch Lewis at the plate. Tillman still on the mound. And the first pitch is called a ball. Here's the pitch. It's outside corner for a strike. And a fly ball out into left field, coming in hard. Well, Erickson moves over and makes the catch. That's going to bring up Landon Zulli. He's 3 for 4. And it's not Landon Zulli at the plate. It's James Schutz.
Somebody clap for it, bud. Hey, you're way better than he is.
And the pitch. That's outside. There's a line shot out into center field for a base hit. Kind of handcuffed Woodcock out there. So that will bring up a pinch hitter, Miles Lewis. So no balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The blazing speed of Tillman's pitch has these guys befuddled. Or lack thereof. That pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch. That's inside for a ball. And the pitch is fouled away. And swing and a miss. First strike 3. So Mitch Lewis goes down swinging. 2 down. And that will bring up Hove with a high fly ball out into right field. moving over and making the catch for the out. So the River Rats go down in order. Well, not quite in order. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. So we've played 6, and it's the Hudson River Rats 20, Cavaliers 6 on NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know.
Leading off the 7th inning for the Cavaliers, Caden Erickson. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. That was just like the first one that he hit to start the game off, and that one stayed fair. No balls and a strike to Caden Erickson. Strike called on the inside corner. Erickson only has one official at bat today. That was a base hit, and he's been hit by the pitch twice. That pitch is high. So in some circles, you could say Erickson has a 3-hit day. Twice, or once where he hit the ball, twice where he let the ball hit him. That one's over his head, ball 2. And the pitch. That looked like a fair ball down the third baseline, and they say foul. That was close. That was very similar to that first at-bat that he had. Count holds at 2-2. Pattern delivers. Foul back into the screen. That woke up Amanda. Mattern shakes off a sign. Now he's in his motion. Strike 3 called to Caden Erickson. Xavier Bemnister coming to the plate. Bemnister is 0 for 1. Grounded to short, but he's also laid down a sacrifice bunt and drew a walk. And that pitch missed. So it's 2 balls and no strikes to Bemnister. And the pitch. That's low for ball 3. The 10-run rule is very much in effect today. Ground ball right back to Mattern at the mound. Throw to first. And the Cavaliers are down to their last batter, Cade Mueller. He's 0 for 1. He's also been hit by the pitch, drew a walk. Both times he got on base, he scored. Cavs down to the last out. And the pitch. It's high. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. That one called strike, got past Lewis behind the plate.
Gotta protect that. Come on, gotta protect that. Trying to sell it.
And the pitch. That's inside for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 down. We're in the 7th. Cavs down by 14. And the pitch. Swung on him is strike 2. He chased a high fastball that time. Sam Knickerbocker on deck, hoping he gets a chance. And the pitch. That's high for ball 4. That's a second walk drawn by Mueller. He's been on base 3 times. Has not hit the ball yet. Knickerbocker steps up. He's 1 for 2. Pitch is inside. Check that. He's 1 for 3. Single, grounded to second, and grounded to third. That pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. That's high. It's 3-0. And the pitch. It's outside for ball 4. 2 runners on. Brings up Carson Windeshausen.
Go, Carson.
Let Carson
Windeshausen doubled his first time up, then he was hit by the pitch and drew a walk. And the first pitch is high and away for ball 1. And the pitch is outside, ball 2. Mattern kind of getting upset with himself a little bit. Here's the pitch. There's a strike called on the outside edge. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 down, 2 on. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Cavs are down to their final strike. And the pitch. That's outside, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. And the payoff pitch. That's high for ball 4. That's going to bring up Brayton Tillman. Tillman is 0 for 2, struck out, drew a walk, and then grounded to first, but picked up an RBI that time. There's a shot out into left field for a base hit. 1 run comes in. So Tillman gets a hit to left with an RBI. And in to score is Cade Mueller. Knickerbocker is over on third. Windeshausen is on second. Tillman on first. Jackson Vance at the plate. That first pitch was a ball. That's high and inside. Ball 2. And the pitch. High pop foul out of play on the right side.
Oh, man, I'll meet you, buddy. Bring him in.
Here's the wind in the pitch. And it's fouled back into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the Cavaliers are down to their final strike. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down.
Good at first.
And the pitch. Outside. The count goes full. It's going to be traveling time for the runners on base. Full count. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Runners go. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And that's going to do it. So the Cavaliers do pick up 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and the bases were left full. Final score is the Hudson River Rats 20 and the Cavaliers 7. And we'll be back with more information on Talking Baseball right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
You've been watching Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV. This copyrighted presentation has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with the Eau Claire Cavaliers and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and the Eau Claire Cavaliers is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
We're back here at Grandview Park in Hudson, where the Cavaliers fall to the Hudson River Rats by a score of 20-7. And in a game that's rather unusual for the Cavaliers because their pitching kind of let them down today. And the winning pitcher today is, I am looking here. Yeah, Blake Anderson. I was just double checking his first name. I thought I had it right. Blake Anderson got the win. That is his first appearance this year on the mound. And the losing pitcher is Mason Yarrington. His record goes to 0-3. And Mason just struggled finding the corners like he likes to play. And when he couldn't get the corners, he had to put it up there over the plate. And these Hudson River Rats are way too good for that. And they pounded the ball on him. The River Rats picked up 20 runs on 22 hits. They committed 1 error, and they had 11 left on base. Cavaliers, 7 runs on 4 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they left 8 on base. And coming up right now to join us is Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister and Ryan, you can't say a whole lot about that. This is the first time all season where the pitching has really kind of let you down.
Yeah, not real. I mean, the Hudson's a really good hitting team, and they already saw Mason once for a couple of innings before. So it is what it is. I mean, Mason's a good pitcher. He just had a rough day at the office with everything. He had a clean second inning, and then they just the next time through the order again. We talk about this a bunch. When they see a guy multiple times, they're just hitting. And Hudson's a really good hitting team. So
Yeah, and in fact, just before you came up, I made a comment similar to that. Mason likes to live on the corners, and when he wasn't getting the corners, he had to bring it in a little bit, and Hudson's too good for that.
Yeah.
And they just pounded the ball when that happened.
Well, that's just the thing. It's the type of team that you can't make mistakes on the inside against. They're gonna hurt you. They're up and down the lineup. They're good. We know that. So.
But you got some guys to play some ball, and you were kind of didn't have a choice. You had 10 here, and you just kind of played musical positions a little bit today.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the 10 guys that showed up today. I'm not going to sugarcoat that statement at all. Those guys came out here to play baseball against a really good team. It kind of got beat up a little bit. The rain delay kind of took a little bit out of everybody, but those guys came to play, and I'm happy they came to play, and they will be rewarded for playing and showing up to games.
Outstanding. Now, we've got some baseball coming up on Monday. I almost forgot about Monday. We got baseball coming up Monday with Hagen, and then we've got before we get back into CRBL play with the Beef River Bullfrogs on Wednesday. Talk about this week a little bit.
Yeah, we got Hagen on Monday, Beef River Wednesday, Chippewa on Sunday, I think. So we got 3 really important CRBL games that we got to go after and win. I think if we get those 3 wins for that, we'll be sitting pretty good. We're going to get some arms out there on Monday, throwing a little bit, a couple guys each inning kind of thing. And yeah, it's going to be a week full of fun baseball, and hopefully the weather holds out for everything. And we only get 1 home game all week long, so it's fine. I mean, they don't have to travel far to Chippewa. You don't have to travel far to Beef River, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and because neither of the road games are far games, but you get to see Hagen, which is a pretty decent ball club at Carson Park. So get out to Carson Park and watch some good baseball Monday.
Definitely, Hagen's a good ball team. That's what we're trying to put good ball teams on our schedule for a non-conference schedule, because that's, just beating a dead horse here, but that's how you get you ready for the WBA. And these guys got to be ready for the WBA, and that's why we need to have 18, 19, 20 guys showing up to games like this, because this should be a way more competitive game, and Hudson knows that. The players knew that. We knew that, and it just didn't work out.
Well, wish it could have been a different outcome, but, you don't get very far with wishes. But, well, what the heck? Let's just put this one behind us and strap it up and play again on Monday.
Is the camera on?
The field camera is.
It's not every day you see somebody raking the field with cowboy boots on. I just want to mention that right now. So we're going to end on that note there, folks. Thank you for watching.
All right, Ryan Bemnister, manager of the Cavaliers. And let me finish up things real quickly here, as both Cassie and Amanda are taking stuff apart around me, and we are just about ready to roll here. As I was saying, Cavaliers, 7 runs, 4 hits. They committed 2 errors and left 8 on base. The River Rats, 20 runs, 22 hits, 1 error, and left 11 on base. Winning pitcher tonight was Blake Anderson, and the losing pitcher was Mason Yarrington. And the Cavaliers' overall record goes to 14-9 on the season, and the River Rats are 15-5-1. They did end up in a tie against the St. Paul Snowmen or something like that, which is a very rare thing in baseball, which is why the weird record that they have. But 15-5-1 for the River Rats. So let me remind you that coming up, join us on Monday Right here on NLWN-TV as we bring you Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Hagen Knights from Carson Park. Our coverage is going to begin at 6:30 with the In the Dugout show, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Monday on NLWN-TV. Hey, today's Eau Claire or Chippewa Valley Phoenix football game has been canceled, and it's not because of weather. It's because the other team didn't have enough players to make it up. And so they are not going to play the game against the Whiteside County Chargers from Illinois. But the next Phoenix game is playoff time, and that's on Saturday, July 27th, and it'll be on NLWN2 as we bring you the Chippewa Valley Phoenix playoff football. The Phoenix will travel to Winona, Minnesota, to take on the River City Rough Riders in the first round of the NLFL playoffs. Coverage begins at 1:30 with kickoff scheduled for 2 p.m. That's Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on Saturday, July 27th on NLWN2. Coming up later this year, the Northern Light Webcasting Network will broadcast our 500th event. Be sure to stay tuned for special announcements and special awards from our loyal viewers. That's all coming up later this broadcast season on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification. The Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Menominee Eye and Optical with quality personalized care for you and your family. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. And C&K Construction, concrete experts in the Chippewa Valley. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV. So for Amanda Lemler on the computer, Cassie Nelson on the camera, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, the Hudson River Rats 20 and the Cavaliers 7. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on NLWN-TV.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.